go. Let's quickly share the link. Boom, 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 boom. Right, so what is going on, guys? It's the final time this season of VIL. We are looking to see who's going to wrap up this championship. There is an 8-point difference now from DanMurphy and Owneole. This could decide it. If Owneole does win the race and gets the fast lap, that wraps it up. There is no way DanMurphy can win. But if DanMurphy can finish second place and still not even either one of them get the champion, the fastest lap, then DanMurphy wins. It's extremely close here coming into the last race of the season. It's also very, very close on the Constructors' Championship as well. They will be looking, I think McLaren can get third place if Toro Rosso don't have the desired finishing position this season. I'm just going to check. Yes, they are 26 points off. But the top two constructors have been decided. So that is how we're gonna go. I'm just gonna sit on board with the first championship contender at the moment. We'll see how he can do. It's gonna be very, very interesting tonight. Both drivers have been extremely consistent as of yet this season. It's been extremely close. Some of the guys this season have been smashing it. We've got the likes of Energetics, who has come on leaps and bounds from the start of this season, mid-pack usually, maybe not even finishing at the start, but then going on to dominate races and win. Looking very, very strong for next season, maybe a championship fight he could use. You got Total P's, who had almost a downfall. He's going to be hopefully looking to end this season on a high. But then you've got NUF1, who did grab himself a win this season. Quite a pretty impressive one, actually. Managing to have a massive recovery from a spin. So Pease is the first one across the line with a 1 minute 8.82. And we're going to be looking to see how Owneole can do. He's going to be setting the bank up for DanMurphy. DanMurphy does seem to like to leave it late, though, in qualifying. So they do have different approaches to the short qualifying. We will be having a look and seeing how the Norwegian can do. But we have got Maz now at 1/10 off of his teammate in second place. Only the 2 racing points have just got across the line. And we've got a Haas as well, just starting his lap as well. That is going to be Energetics on the medium compound tyres. Do you think there's very different strategies around here as well? So it'll be interesting to see. I think you can go medium hard or soft hard. It's going to be interesting. We do have Owneole set in a purple sector 2, so he might be managing to put himself on a provisional pole out of the 2 as of right now. Where's he going to put himself? He's going to go 1 minute 8.5, 3 tenths quicker than Total P's. That's going to be the time to beat so far, as GFO Seb just goes quicker than Total P's with a 1 minute 8.14. So getting very, very close here. And then we've got Kingsholm, who I think must have messed up somewhere with a 1 minute 10.882, directly 2 seconds off P's. Now what we're going to do is quickly hop on board, and I just missed it, but it do fit. We have got Energetics now with a 1 minute 9.437. We do have a couple of reserves in here today, in Yos, who I'm going to be looking to make. We're going to be making to look obviously permanent for next season. But then we also have Jim Strav and Grant Boy and Nosey. So we will be looking to see how this race does go. Obviously, everyone in this race does know about the championship battle and how close I think, and I'm hoping it's going to be. I'm hoping it goes all the way to the final lap of the race to see. Maybe we might have a Glock moment. You never know with league racing. At the moment, the Williams of Yacht has just gone quicker than Energetics with a 1:09.323. But Jonathan Cox just about invalidating his first lap of the day. He's got a lot of time to get that back, but it's not going to be ideal for him. The Maverick is going to come across the line, see what he can do. Quite a bit off the pace with a 1:11.721. Got Young Lights also on an out lap. Andreas is on a lap, but he has invalidated it as well. We've got Total P's actually on another lap, so he's going to be just smashing in times tonight, I think. I've heard he's pretty determined to finish tonight, so... But he's already messed up the first two corners and calling that lap off. So we are going to sit on board, well, cinematic cameras for Young Lives. We're going to watch him go around the track quite nicely and see what he can do. See if he can put himself maybe even higher than Owneole at the moment. He's the one to beat. No one's been able to go quicker. He's invalidated that lap there. DanMurphy now coming out of the pits. We're going to sit on board with him now. See what he can do. He's been extremely impressive all season long. Being arguably the most consistent driver in the league. Always finishing in a good position. Not grabbing as many wins as possible, but, you know, it's not always about winning every race. But he has been part of an extremely dominant Haas team this season, and they have actually to close out the constructors battle for first place. So he's already won one title this season. He's going to want to make it two, or is Red Bull going to be able to maybe throw Owneole back in and steal that? They lost out on the champion constructors battle one race before, so we're going to sit on board and see how the Haas driver can do. Getting a nice run through those first two corners, coming around turn 3, looking nice, getting a good run onto the straight. He is going to be on the harder compounder tyres, so if he can slot himself in between the two medium runners, that's going to be good for him, as his teammate is also on a run at the moment. He's just coming around the final couple corners in sector 3, setting a purple sector 2, surprisingly, on the hard compounder tyres. So he's looking quick tonight, looking very quick. Energetics going on pole position provisionally for the Haas driver. Where is his teammate going to come across the line? What's he going to do? He's going to go into 9th place, quicker than two of the medium runners. That's a good time there. 1 second off the soft on two harder compound tyres. That's good there. But we have got yellow flags. That is just the Haas slowing up. Andreas now going quickest by exactly 1/10 of a second. The Toro Rosso looking good. Jos now going even quicker by 2/10. This track is really heating up right now. Going to be looking good for maybe even a nice battle. But obviously Owneole is going to need to finish as high up as possible, because he needs an 8-point advantage over DanMurphy to win this championship. If not, it's over. So Owneole going back into second place. He's 1/10 off Jos. NUF1 there going with a 1:09 flat. Not quite being able to beat Young Lights this time, just behind the Renault, who is on the medium compound of tyres. But it'll be interesting to see what strategy these two do come at this race with. We've got Jonathan Cox coming around now, but coming into the pits, deciding it's not a good lap and aborting it. So we've got Grant Boy coming around now. He is on a lap, so we will be seeing if he can improve on his time. Yes, he does. A great time there by Grant Boy, the Alfa Romeo driver, with a 1:08.766. That's put him in 5th place. Extremely competitive time. Although he's been a reserve for this season, he's looked massively quick, almost winning around Monaco as well, and really putting the pressure on the top runners. We've got Total P's also on his 3rd lap of the day. It's 5 minutes left of the session. We'll be seeing the quick times come rolling in thick and fast soon. But he's looking nice and quick. He's going to be looking to improve and put himself in that top 3. What's he going to do? He's done a purple sector 1. He's less than 100th of a second up on Jos's sector 2 time. What's he going to be able to do? He's coming round the final corner now, as he is going to stick it right up against the wall. He's going to go into 6th place with a 1:08.778. So, couple temps off, couple temps to gain, but going to be alright, as we've got GFO Seb, who has been great at some points this season. And he's going to want to finish this season off with a bang. He's just coming round to end sector 2. We're going to be able to see what he's doing now. And he is 7/10 up on his time. That's a massive improvement there. He's going to be looking good to get that pole position time. Not the greatest run there, getting over the curb, but what's he going to be able to do? He's going to stick it right up against the wall to gain as much time as possible. He's going to go on a pole position time of a 1:08 flat. 2/10 up on Jos. It's looking like they're going to have to get into the 7s to get on pole. We do have Young Lights also on our lap. We're going to stick on board with this man. He has been quick this season, just been struggling for consistency and getting to the end of the race. But he's going to be looking to see if he can get across the line tonight and maybe finish in a good position. He's definitely one of the quicker guys in the league, but obviously not being able to finish, he's been falling a long way down the championship. This Renault team has been at the bottom of the constructors all season long, and maybe they could give himself a bit of a kick in the backside really in this race and see what they could have done. But he's put himself up into P4. That's a nice lap there, going straight back over to the racing line just to make that corner, and that's a good competitive time. Obviously GFO Seb has absolutely smashed it, so we are going to see no one is on. Ooh, Jonathan Cox is on the lap, but it has been invalidated. He's not looking too confident at the moment, but he's going to be looking to start his lap again. We are going to sit on board with the Mercedes man. and see what he can do. Came into this league absolutely smashing it, looking dominant, and then sort of went on a bit of a poor run, but he's invalidated again. He's not looking too happy around this track, and he's going to have to squeeze in a time very, very soon. I don't even know if he'll be able to get one in. So we've got Jim Strav in the pit as well. YBR on an outlap. Owneole is on a medium run, but he's also invalidated his time, so I think he'll be starting from the back of the grid. Maybe he might be able to, yeah, he will just about be able to get around. Obviously these guys are going to want to get a time in, just put them somewhere. But we have got DanMurphy in 12th place at the moment, but he's going to be coming around to see what he can do. Grant Boy retiring from the session, not putting any more times on the board. He's going to be in 7th at best then, but he is going to be on the medium tyres. So looking like Owneole's not going to be getting out for another run. It does look like the car's coming out now though, so he's going to be cutting it very, very close. And here we go, we're going to sit on board and see what the Haas man can do. We have just seen NUF1 now put it into 6th place and shove Grant Boyd down into 8th. Now we're going to see what the Haas can do. Coming around turn 4 and 5, looking good. He's going to have a McLaren in the way though. Is the McLaren going to get out the way quick enough? You'd think they would want to dart out the way here. Getting out of the way nicely. Maybe not in the most ideal spot, but keeping a tight line there. And coming across the sector 2 splitter, going 5/10 quicker than he was originally, so don't know if that's going to get him into the top 10. Might not be able to, but he's going to come across the line and he's going to put himself in P11. Not quite going to be enough. It's going to be looking very nice for Owneole. He's just starting his lap right now. Then Murphy's got a lot of making up to do on a track where it's hard to really overtake, but maybe I might be proved wrong. But VIL did it back in 2011, I think. But we are gonna see if Owneole can go even quicker. He's got a purple sector 2. He's a 10th up on his time. Is he going to be able to get the pole position time, or is he going to be able to get higher up in the field? The Red Bull's looking mightily quick right now. He's going to go into P3. Not going to be able to beat Andreas or Seb. Going to be able to beat Yost though. And Young Lights has shoved his car into a wall, maybe getting his crashing out of the way first. But DanMurphy has fallen down into 12th place. He's going to get a free choice of tyres though, so that may work. But there will probably be a couple safety cars, so strategy kind of is a thing. But Owneole managing to get himself into 15th place. Set a time. Jonathan Cox never managed to set a time. Neither Mercedes managed to set a time. So we're going to just watch the Renault as he just comes crawling around. Oh, that is going to make this race extremely interesting indeed. Strategy is going to be a massive part, play a massive part in this now, as a Haas does come across and Maybe he was in, yeah, low fuel mode, I think. And that's why it took him so long to get around. But he's going to come into the pit now. Then we are going to be getting the final race of VIL underway. Hoping it's a clean one, hoping it's competitive. Brazil usually brings some good racing, so always a good race to end the season on. There we go. So I'll run you through the grid order right now. So it goes Seb to Andreas to Owneole, Jos, Energetics, Young Lights, NUF1, then to Laggy Racer, then to Ground Boy, then Total P's rounding off the top 10. Then obviously Maz being the first one. Free Ranger tyres. He's managed to get that P11 a lot of times this season. Then DanMurphy in P12, YBR in P13, Kingsholm in P14. And then we have Knowlesy in P15, the Maverick, the last one of the guys who could set a time. And then we have a role reversal in the two Mercedes starting at the back. So if you are interested on getting involved in Season 2, it will be starting in F1 2020. But do drop a comment down below and we'll get you a Discord link. We'll get you involved. It's going to be looking good. We're going to have 2 divisions next season. Really going to be looking to expand on what we've already got and up the intensity a bit more. Make the racing closer. And obviously we've got the 2 new tracks on Zandvoort and one in Vietnam. So that's going to massively shake up what these guys can do, obviously having to learn 2 new tracks. But as we get underway, we are going to see the formation lap for the final race of the season as GFO Seb is going to lead us around the circuit of Interlagos. It's going to be looking like a good one. It's looking clear, so I'm hoping to see a fair bit of side-by-side racing. And Laggy Racer has already gone off the track. I'm not sure how. It was a straight line, but always finds a way. Hopefully Andy got disqualified. So, you know, someone always finds a way to get disqualified from the formation lap. But we will move on and watch Owneole just take the last moment of chill. Maybe some nerves are kicking in right now. Maybe the same for DanMurphy. They both know what they've got to do to win this. Obviously, Owneole's got to finish as high as physically possible and drive as quick as possible. Really, he's got it all to do. He's the one who's chasing. DanMurphy's just got to make sure he can get in second if Owneole manages to get first place, but we will see. There's going to be 36 laps of madness around this track. We've got the Haas in the background, just behind the 2 racing points. Don't know how they're going to fare, how these guys are going to think about navigating DanMurphy, because obviously no one wants to be the one to decide the championship. Apart from the 2 drivers here, as we cannot see the lights, so we're not too sure. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. And away we go for the final race of VIL Season 1. And it looks like Seb has gotten a great start, but Andreas managing to get it down the inside. Is he going to be able to do anything? No, he's not. He's going to settle it into P2. DanMurphy moving it up into P11 already. Energetics now moving down into P8. Seb going defensive on Andreas. Andreas getting the outside line, moving up. Is he going to be able to make this move stick? No, he's not. They're going to stay side by side for now. And Seb is going to be able to defend it so far. But there's contact there. And it looks like they're both gone off. They're not going to be happy about this. How are they going to navigate this? This is an absolute mess right there. As Seb almost squeezes the championship man off. DanMurphy making sure he doesn't get any issues there. People sending it left, right and centre. Will be having, and there's another Ferrari coming off the track. And that is Seb again, causing a lot of issues this race. I'm not sure what's going on with him, but Laggy Racer is down into last place now. But we've got DanMurphy up into P10. TNR Owneole is in first place, so if he can keep where he is, that's going to be massive for him. But we have got DanMurphy on Kingsholm. Is he going to be able to make the move? He's down the outside, and we have got a VSC out. That is Jos, who is off the track. Not sure what's gone on there either. But we have got the Red Bull and Toro Rosso in the pits now. They're not going to be happy with the Ferrari of Seb, causing massive issues at the start. The two Renaults, as usual, running good at the start, but we'll see if we can see them stay there for the rest of the race. As Energetics is going to want to push and see if he can catch up with Owneole and really put the pressure on the Red Bull driver, as obviously he is in the position he needs to be in. 34 more laps to go. Virtual safety car, and we are back under green flag racing. How quickly is DanMurphy going to be able to get past this Ferrari, man, as they're going side by side? There's a Renault off the track. That's YBR. He's going to join back on the track. DanMurphy's going to go round the outside of him and get that move done. So DanMurphy up into P9 now. There's another Renault into the pits. P8 now for DanMurphy. He's going to be wanting to get past Kingsholm quickly, as Maz and YBR go side by side. How's that going to work there? Maz makes that move work. Brilliant there from the racing point. He's going to have to go defensive again, though, from the Renault driver. Jonathan Cox is lurking in the background. What's going to happen here? YBR sticks it up the inside. No contact was made there, though. And Jonathan Cox has to make avoidant action of the returning racing point. Mazlus managing to keep hold of P10, as we've got DanMurphy still stuck behind Kingsholm, and looking like Total Peace has managed to make his way up into P2. Absolute heroic run from him. Is he going to be able to keep it on the track, though? We'll have to see, as that is a beautiful camera angle there. And we are going to see DanMurphy still not be able to get past Kingsholm, as we have got DRS enabled now, so we are going to sit on board, see if he can get past. And he has opened up the DRS. Is he going to be able to get close enough? No, he's not. He's in danger of falling a bit too far off the front pack here, as Jos seems to be pulling a bit away from these guys. Obviously he is on the slower compound of tyre at the moment, but obviously we know the guy's pace. As it does seem like Peace is holding up NUF1 and Energetics at the moment. NUF1 is going to be wanting to get past the racing point as quickly as possible, as it is all happening back here as Mazlus moves back past YBR. YBR looking to make a little lunge, not really going for it, backing out at the last minute, which was probably a good idea really, but he's going to make it there. The Hamilton-esque move. Luckily it went better for them two there than Hamilton and Albon in 2019. But YBR not being able to get past the likes of Mazlus at the moment, as GFO Seb is all over the back of Jonathan Cox. He's picked up himself a 3-second time penalty as well. They're going to be all over each other at the moment. And GFO Seb sending it down the inside, maybe making a double overtake. Maz having to cut the corner. GFO Seb, that is a beautiful 2 moves there by the Ferrari man. If only he could have kept it that clean at the start of the race. As we've got the Mercedes now of Jonathan Cox going up the inside of YBR, not being able to make that work though, as GFO Seb is all over it at the moment. Jonathan Cox wisely backing out of there, or that could have gone very, very wrong for him, as it looked like YBR was taking that apex no matter what. As we do have 2 very, very clear groups at the moment, as Mazlus is all over the back of DanMurphy. Not sure if he's just going to go for the race or if he's just going to sit behind him, obviously knowing the situation. But we do have Kingsholm now pulling a bit away from DanMurphy. Does look like he's struggling at the start of this race. Seeing if he will get back into it. Mazlus now catching up with DanMurphy massively. He's going to go around the outside of the Haas. But he's now going to come under pressure from Seb. Seb going sideways, not making it stick. And that is him spinning round and round around. And now the Maverick going through him. Lucky for ghosting, or that would have ended horribly. As NUF1 has passed Total P's. So NUF1 looking like he's got quicker and quicker this season. Looking very, very good for the McLaren team. As we've got a 4-way battle for second place at the moment. And then Jos obviously catching up slowly but surely in the background. TNR Owneole absolutely walking away at the moment. He's doing it. Oh, he's doing exactly what he needs to do. But we now have DanMurphy catching up to the back of Kingsholm. Grant Boy has overtaken Energetics now. He's going to keep that position. Looking at the map, yes he is. And Grant Boy still not able to get past the Ferrari of Kingsholm. Who has just been keeping in front of him very nicely. Mazlus is not in that battle, no. YBR and Jonathan Cox have been battling yet again. Jim Strav just in the background lurking. Waiting to see what he can do. GFO Seb is in the pits now to get a front wing change. He's not had the greatest of races, obviously the pole man, and down into last place. We are going to sit on board with Grant Boy and see if obviously Peter's made it back past. I keep missing these overtakes, but what we're going to do is sit on board. Going on to the straight now, sector 2. Young Lights has retired from the session and he has come off the track. That is a VSC out. And maybe give some of these guys a little bit of time to breathe and collect themselves. Jos now really catching up to the back of Energetics. God. So we have YBR now coming into the pits, making his pit stop. We're going to sit on board to see what actually happens, whether he gets a wing change or he's doing his pit stop now. Looking like it's just going to be his pit. Nope, that's a front wing change. And he's going to be strapping on the hard compound tyres. Going to be losing himself some valuable positions. That Renault car does look beautiful though. As the VSC is still out, so YBR having his pit stop under safety car could give him a couple seconds really, but green flag racing is underway again. NUF1 got a drive-through penalty for speeding under the pit lane. He's not going to be happy about that. He's going to be coming out just behind the massive group now. He's looking very, very strong as well, so he's now going to possibly take that it now, or Oh, but this is a massive one as he decides he's not going to take it yet. As he goes side by side with Total P's. And we're going to see how this comes through. Total P's managing to defend and keep his P2. As they are battling massively now as Energetics refuses to get over with these guys. And Grant Boy is on the back of NUF1 now. So these guys who are attacking in this pack need to be aware that they could be under attack from any sort of mistake from the guy behind. Now we have NUF1 still just sitting back. And now we're going to quickly hop on board with the other battle here, which is P7, 8 and 9, which is Kingsholm, DanMurphy and Mazlus. Looking very, very strong. Kingsholm is keeping the championship leader behind him, as DanMurphy isn't looking too good around this track, really. Not looking too confident under the brakes, or maybe just he doesn't want to obviously risk the move, but he might be able to make the move around here now. He's going to be close enough. He's going to go on the outside, which is going to be the inside for turn 2. He's going to back out again. He's got a really strap on, and he's going to get the DRS now for the second part. We're going to stick on board. I think the move could be being made on this lap. And no, it's not. Maybe? No. Kingsholm is defending like mental. DanMurphy's not going to be happy at all with the way that he cannot get past the Ferrari, losing so much time to the guys in front. GFO Seb now setting the fast lap of the race over 1 minute 11.122. Now we're going to sit on board with the main pack here. Grant Boy really looking strong all over the back. He's hit the back of NUF1, getting himself... NUF1 has been disqualified now for ignoring in the drive-through. He's going to be fuming about that. But that's massive, as Grant Boy now loses more positions due to wing damage. It's looking bad as well. It's looking like pretty solid front wing damage. Maybe not pulling out quite on time. But NUF1 is not going to be finishing the last race of the season. As we do have Mazlus has actually overtaken DanMurphy. DanMurphy is massively struggling tonight. Oh, Mazlus now going onto the grass. He's going to be on the inside, but DanMurphy going to make sure that move is made there. Maz now under pressure by Jonathan Cox. Jonathan Cox not able to do anything about it. Now we're going to be seeing if that gets made. And he's going to go straight past, cruising past this. And there we go. Straight up into P7. DanMurphy up into P6 at the moment. He's going to have to get that P2 though. And that's looking difficult. Just going to quickly see what the comments are saying. So we've got, I really wish I could race. Wait, if Owneole gets ahead of Murphy, will Owneole win the title? And Murphy gets ahead of Owneole. There's an 8-point gap. Murphy is winning at the moment by 8 points. So Owneole has to finish in first but obviously DanMurphy now has to get second place to be able to win this race. Well, to win this championship. So Now, is it time for DanMurphy to get past Kingsholm? And it looks like it finally is. He's going to send it down the inside. But Kingsholm isn't going to give up. He's gone sideways. Made contact with Maz there. And was that Jim Strav? He has also connected with now Jonathan Cox on the back of DanMurphy. DanMurphy has 10 seconds to pick up to get on that front three now. Looking very, very, well, like a very tough ass, but it's always possible if he manages these tyres well and maybe feels more confident under the second half of the race. But we've still got the 2 racing points going strong. Total piece, this is the longest he's been running for a while, now peeling off into the pits. And he's managed to crash, triggering a safety car. So that's going to be great for DanMurphy, but I do wonder for Pease, if I'm being honest. He seems quite... yeah. But that's going to really make it nice for DanMurphy and see what he can do. Yeah, that's probably the oddest way I've seen a crash. I probably commentator cast him, saying that he was actually running for a while and crashed instantly after. So I don't know if he was watching the stream and just decided he'd throw it into the wall. But yeah, maybe some Crashgate accusations might be coming in after this, but you never quite know, as Owneole's lead will be cut down to 0. Is he going to go into the pitch? Yes, he is. He's going to get strapping on the hard compounded tyres now to take to the end, or maybe even the mediums. Let's just quickly see. He's going to be going on to the medium compounded tyres. He's run 14 laps on those tyres. It's not been a good time for DanMurphy, but he's going to come into the pits and possibly strap on the hards, unless he thinks he can go and 21 laps on the softs. We're going to quickly see what he's going to do. And he's going to be going for the softs. That's a big call there. Getting a bit of an issue there. Oh, no, just lag. Is he going to be able to make it out in front of the Mercedes, Jonathan Cox and Grant Boy? It's going to be extremely close. No, he's not, though. Is he going to come out in front of Maz? Yes, he is. He's just going to slot in between there. He's going to come out on the softs into 6th place. Now this is getting tense. Yep, I'll invite you in, Brandon. You can join me right away. You can always get a bit of help. Right, where are you? Oh. There you are. Right, you've sent you the invite to the commentary box, so you can come on in. Rightio, so Owneole's lead cut down to nothing, but managing to get on the preferred set of tyres to the end of the race. Obviously it's going to be difficult. Obviously Energetics isn't going to be wanting to hold up DanMurphy at all, so here we go. Hello.
Good evening.
Right. Did you notice you had the drive-through, or?
No. basically my game glitched out on the second VSC, so there was no heads-up display telling me like any of my time penalties or anything. And then I didn't even know until the last moment. Then my game just glitched out, and that's why I made contact with Granty Boy, because for whatever reason the game took control of the car before the finishing line.
Damn. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
We've got... So, what do you think of championship battle right now then?
I think it's going to get really interesting now. A lot of quick drivers in this league, but they're all going to be trying to show their speed in these last 20 laps of the season, so it should be interesting.
Well, I don't know if DanMurphy's going to be able to make these softs go to the end, but I think Grandboy's also on the softs, so
yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see what they can do. But we've got Owneole really bunching everyone up, but that might help DanMurphy, who is getting a quite good start, as Jonathan Cox had an absolutely great start, but still under yellow flags. He's not going to be able to...
no, 3-1. Oh, Dan. Is Dan gone for... Oh, no, he's 6 still. Oh,
Is that... Who's that off the track? That's YBR. And there's a Red Bull, that's Lucky Racer, off the track, and he's going down to last place. DanMurphy's sitting...
Oh, Jonathan, down the inside of Energetics here. The side-by-side. Jonathan on the hard tyres. Ooh, and Hilke, Energetics manages to keep that position there.
So we've got Jonathan Cox all over the back of Energetics at the moment. Then Grandboy making the move down the inside. That is a beautiful move there. Massive opportunistic move. So he's going to be moving up into P4. DanMurphy's going to be looking to get past Jonathan Cox as quick as possible. Obviously he needs second place to win this championship. So we'll see how it goes. Jonathan Cox runs a little wide, but still manages to keep the position. He's going to... Obviously, we've got to wait a couple of laps now for DRS to be enabled again, so the straight line overtakes may not come thick and fast, but we do have Grandboy on the back of Energetics. He's looking absolutely rapid. And not going to be made there, but I do...
Oh, Jonathan! Oh, I thought Dan was going to move there on Jonathan. My bad.
As Mazla's picked up a 3-second time penalty there. Sector 1, yellow flags. As
there.
Does look Knowlesy's had a bit of an issue, and he's down into last place now.
Wondering what Kingdom, I think he had a bit of a moment there, and to get the result, Laggy's behind him unfortunately. He's got wing damage as well, so difficult race for the Ferrari driver there.
But we have got Grandboy all over the back of the two Dutchmen there, of Yos and Energetics, but we have got yellow flags again in sector 2, but I'm not sure what that is. I think that again is Knowlesy. Kingsholm picking up a 3-second time penalty there. Energetics is still managing to fend from Grandboy. He is looking on fire at the moment. DanMurphy not want to make...
Kingdom's just gone straight into the wall.
That's another virtual safety car there. So that's our third VSC of the race. And I'm sure the drivers are going to be getting a bit frustrated with this now.
Yeah, definitely. It's and Knowles gets the drive through. Wow.
Yeah, it's gone from bad to worse for the Toro Rosso driver, as we've got Owneole just walking away pretty much from the group again, really showing what he can do at the front.
An interesting thing is here, Dan hasn't been able to get past Jonathan, who's actually on the harder compounded tyres. He's on the mid.
Yeah, he doesn't want to be sitting behind him for too long, or else it's really going to suffer him and make him drop off this lead free. Obviously, he only needs second place and make sure that Owneole cannot get the fastest lap of the race. So he's got 4 more places to gain in 17 laps. We could have a Glock moment. You never know.
Yeah.
But both drivers know what they got to do.
I'm looking for turtle piece today as well, I'd say.
Yeah. There was a massive commentator curse moment, and very interesting as well. He's just binned it into the wall, but you know him, he doesn't like to finish races, so
definitely not.
Jonathan Cox under pressure now by the Haas driver of DanMurphy. DanMurphy catching up at a rate of knots, and DanMurphy just going flying by now. There we go. Jonathan Cox probably decided not to battle the championship, and just obviously them two do know each other personally. Well, not personally, I don't know, but
Andreas is by YBR. We've got past him. He's up to 8.
Nice move in there, as we do have Grabboy still all over the back of Energetics now. I think DanMurphy does have the majority support, I think, on this track, but obviously that does make the job a lot harder for Owneole, as obviously
and we've got a safety car. Wow.
YBR has gone off the track there. I'm just going to see if I can see what happened to the Renault driver. They've always been running strong in this race until then, but we are going to see what has happened to the Renault, and he's probably just had a bit of an oversteer moment, tried to overcorrect, and we're now down to 12 runners. It's been an unfortunate sort of thing here, as we've got Energetics now coming into the pits, maybe playing the second driver role and he's obviously going to come in onto the soft compound tyres, and maybe he wants that fastest lap to be confirmed. Obviously he's going to want his teammate to win the championship over the Red Bull driver, but he's going to be coming out onto the softer compounder tyres. We know he's absolutely rapid, and he's shown it around this season.
And we're down to 12 runners now as well, so it'll all be to play for that final points place in 10th. At the moment it's Jimstrav, Laggy and Seb, and Seb's put on a set of softs, so that should be an interesting battle, as well as Maverick as well. And
I think Jimstrav has also put on a set of softs, all of them on to a new set of softs, apart from Laggy Racer, who's on the mediums. And Jim's GFO Seb is on his probably like 7th pit stop of the night. His race has gone from bad to worse, but he's been blessed by a safety car, so.
And if the real life race has taught us, the safety car in Brazil causes chaos, so.
Yeah.
Coming out for some brilliant driving here, because this is basically now a sprint to the finish for most of the drivers.
Obviously, DanMurphy's going to be happy that there is a safety car there, because he's going to make his life a little bit easier to get past the next two drivers.
Just something to note, Jos is on hard tyres as well, so it's going to be interesting to see if he can keep Grantley and Dan behind, who are both on soft, so a much softer compounded tyres.
DanMurphy's had a great run through the field so far. He's always been a bit lucky though with the likes of safety car timing and everything like that, but maybe not so much today. He's going to fall off the pace a bit at the end, but he's going to need to. Obviously Owneole's been commanding this race for the whole time. He knows exactly what he's got to do to win this championship, and you can tell he wants it.
Definitely. I mean, I've raced down myself, and I think a lot of it comes down to being at the right place at the right time, and probably so that's why these two are in the championship fight right now. Is they both managed to be at the right place, obviously at the right time, but also have those moments where those brilliant races. For example, Dan in Bahrain last time out. See all those were a few races as well. You got to be consistent as well as quick. So these two definitely deserve to be in the title fight.
Well, they've both been shown exceptional form for this whole season long, and it's going to come down to an extremely close battle now for the rest of this race. It's almost a 14 lap race, so almost a 25%er now coming onto it. Owneole loving to slow this grid down as slow as possible, bunch everyone up, maybe cause a bit of carnage at the back, and maybe hope that DanMurphy gets caught up in a bit of it. Obviously there is a mutual respect for the two drivers, being they both absolutely rapid, but Grant Boy having to give back a position to Jos, obviously overtaken into safe yellows.
Dan through.
Dan is now through on Grant Boy. Obviously, Grant Boy not timing that run too well. Now, DanMurphy is going to have to go through on Yoss, and we all know Yoss is quick. So, the Energetics going through on Maz.
Could we possibly see a battle between the two championship contenders before the end of the race? That sounds like a really...
Has now left the session. And we are out for the title. Obviously, there's nothing much more that Owneole can do in this race. First place and try and get the fastest lap of the race. But if DanMurphy does get in that second place, he's almost helpless. As Grant Boy does run into the back of DanMurphy there. Maybe, but obviously all over the back of by Jonathan Cox now. Is he going to be able to make the move going into turn 1? No, he's not. And we have got the Maverick into the pit, so it's going to look difficult for McLaren to score any points tonight. But
Andreas is going about his business quietly here. He might get past Jonathan on this stride. Obviously, DRS hasn't been enabled yet, but he's definitely got some pace here.
Yeah, he's on fresh tyres as well as DanMurphy gets re-overtaken by Grant Boy, so not looking too great for DanMurphy. Maybe starting to struggle a little bit on the soft compound of tyres. He's got another 12 laps to run on them, so maybe he can't keep up with the hard runner of Yoss, and hoping that Grant Boy can almost bring him back. Reel him in to him. Obviously, he doesn't need the first place finish. All he needs is second, so he'll be racing for second place tonight. As Owneole has looked absolutely untouchable tonight so far. He has got to keep it to the end though. As Grant Boy is going to go through. Oh look, like he's all
switches.
And is he going to get him into the braking zone? No, he's not. Yoss has got a beautiful setup, running very quick in a straight line there. But is he going to be able to hold him off for one more corner? As we've got Maz and Seb going side by side. Maz losing out now and is into P9. And Grant Boy and Yoss are going side by side. Who's going to win here? It does look like Grant Boy has gone side. And that is not good for him there, getting onto the curb a little bit too much, and the car just rotating on him. He's going to be down into 10th place. I'm just going to quickly check if he does have any wing damage. He's not moving. He's not going to be happy about that. But we do now have Yoss to be pressured. Obviously, Yoss did give him the correct amount of room, running side by side, so that was purely down to driver error. Now we've got
very difficult, so I'll look out for Granny. Anyways, let's go back to the battle at the front.
Obviously, DanMurphy catching Yoss like crazy now. He knows he's got to get past the Williams. The Williams is the one thing holding him away from the championship at the moment. But a little bit of lag there, but he's going to go through. He's going to get under braking, and he is through into second place. If he can hold it there, he wins the championship. Now this is big. Is Yoss going to be able to push back, or is DanMurphy going to be able to push away? Obviously, DanMurphy's tyres are going to go off near the end. There's an absolute train from Jonathan Cox now to Andreas to Energetics to Seb. They are loving a bit of Thomas the Tank Engine time. So we have got, is Seb going to be able to hold it? He's obviously been blessed multiple times by a safety car. He is the quickest on the track at the moment.
This could prove to be interesting here. By the way, Grant's almost a lap down now on the entire field.
Yeah, he's definitely not happy now. As we've got Energetics going around the outside and getting on.
The move. Oh, Andreas loses it. He's sandwiched.
And Andreas loses it now massively there. Energetics managing to get through and hold off Seb. It was impressive that none of the drivers hit each other there, going 3 wide into turn 2, but Is Energetics going to be able to make any moves? Laggy Racer and Maz, these two have a very, very heated relationship here. They are obviously coming into Bahrain, both of them going off and through the gravel. Their battling's always been extremely hard. Maybe not quite on the level of fair at some points, but it looks like Laggy Racer has got through and is going to make that stay. Obviously, Maz into P9. He's going to want to keep that ahead of Maverick. It's an 18-second gap, though.
Gap between Yoss and Dan over a second now, so he's out of DRS of the Williams driver.
Yeah, as we have got Seb all over the back of the Haas. And actually, Energetics looking like he wants to go for the move on Jonathan Cox, which he does send it, but he doesn't quite manage anything, as Yoss has picked up a 3-second time penalty. And these three have a massive battle going on here. We've got to keep on board with this. They are looking like they're going to go 3 wide into turn 4. GFO Seb getting a double overtake there, but Jonathan Cox coming back at him, going slightly off the track. This is intense. And Seb looks like he's managed to keep that position. That's a beautiful move by the Ferrari, getting both of them going into one braking zone. That's the problem when you go 3 wide. Obviously, Energetics losing out there, but not by too much. Andreas is still lurking in the background, having that one mistake, but he's not out of it yet. Just catching back up. Obviously, Seb is going to be wanting to catch up with Yoss now. Seb could be the biggest issue for DanMurphy, as DanMurphy seems to be catching up with Owneole, as he's just lost a little bit of time on the straight, but obviously that sometimes happens.
Energetic's got a slingshot there. Is he going to go down the inside into turn 1? No, he's going to save it to get for the next straight.
He's going to be looking to get a good run now onto it. Looks like Jonathan Cox got an amazing run though, but Energetics is going to be able to catch back up. Obviously, DRS train is going on a bit here. It's obviously difficult to overtake around Brazil. This has been an amazing race so far. 7 laps to go. Jim Strav moving on Maverick. They're going side by side. I'm just going to quickly look at this, see how this goes. Even the back mark has been able to race beautifully, and Jim Strav through on the Maverick. And that is the McLaren driver down into P11. Laggy Racer picking up a 3-second time penalty. So Mazda is within DRS range of the Renault. So, sorry, not Renault, Red Bull. As now Owneole does seem to have turned it up and is now really pushing away. I think, who is it that has the fastest lap at the moment? I've completely lost it.
It's Granty Boy. Oh, Energetics and Jonathan want to move there by the Haas driver. Jonathan gave him just enough room and he managed to still squeeze through. That was a brilliant bit of driving by both of them there.
And that is who Energetics up into P5. Going to be chasing down the Ferrari of Seb now, but Jonathan Cox coming back at him and sending it straight down the inside. There's no room for relaxation on this track, and Energetics getting taught that the hard way, not being able to keep the Mercedes behind him for long at all. A little under 10 seconds really, but Jonathan Cox sent it a bit deep there. Still managing, obviously, it's very difficult to overtake in Sector 2. We've got Andreas as well, all over the back of Energetics. We're going to keep an eye on this, as Seb is now within DRS of Yoss, sorry. So I don't particularly know which one I want to be, but I'm going to sit on board with Seb. He looks like he's going to just cruise on by the Williams. Yes, he is. There we go. Seb, and Hilke has also made it through on Jonathan Cox. There we go.
But he might get him back again like he did last lap. Jonathan seems to have some good straight line speed here. That's why he's managed to keep Energetic time for so long. Is he going to go down the inside again? He does.
Looks like he's made that work again. Just squeezing him out.
Close.
Both drivers managing to keep it contactless, so
Seb at the moment is driving like a man possessed. He's currently in P3. and he might even be closing the gap here on DanMurphy. So
he's got 2 seconds to gain on the championship leader in the next 5 laps. This could really ruin his chances for the championship now. DanMurphy, he's going to have to defend like a madman. Obviously, GFO Seb does not. He's on a mission. He's had very, very poor side-by-side running with some people this race, and I don't particularly want to see it with the top 2. Obviously, if it finishes the way it does now, then DanMurphy does win the championship. Now
let's open up the championship standings, shall we, and have a look who's what.
As GFO Seb has gained half a second on DanMurphy in the space of half a lap. This looks like it's going to be very, very close.
So yeah, as it stands now, DanMurphy will finish the season on...
As we've got Andreas now coming through on Energetics, and he's made massive contact. Both of them are out of the race. I think Andreas got a bit of oversteer and just swerved straight into him, but that's not going to be good. Yellow flags in sector 2 now. We've obviously had the maximum amount of safety cars. Maybe DanMurphy not wanting that to be the case and maybe wanting that safety car out. He's getting closed in on quickly by GFO Seb, and it's looking scary for the championship leader.
I'm not quite sure what actually happened there. That was I just got the end of the incident. What actually happened? Was it just a case of...
I think it was, yeah. No, it's a bit of oversteer. Oh, correct. And it did look a lot like Andres just swerved into him, but I know that's definitely not the case there. As GFO Seb is scarily closing in on the Haasman. One is going to be cheering the Ferrari on, and Dan's going to be really scared for his championship battle, I think. This Ferrari is absolutely rapid, and I don't think anyone can stop him, really. He's almost within DRS, and if he gets it within DRS, that's dangerous. 3 laps left of the race, and here we go.
We have 3 laps to go.
And the championship is well and truly on now, as GFO Seb could be the deciding factor for who wins this championship. Now, a Ferrari getting involved in a championship battle seems like it has to be the case all the time.
In terms of penalties though, Seb has got 1 penalty, so that could be the deciding factor. With only 3 laps left in the race, is he going to be able to get past Dan? It might be difficult.
3 seconds. So Jonathan Cox picking up a 3-second time penalty as well. Obviously we have ran out a lot of runners this race. Energetics is not going to be happy at all, but DanMurphy has got GFO Seb all over the back of him.
Good news for all the drivers today. Everyone who finishes gets points, so only 10 finishers left. It has been a mad Brazilian Grand Prix today.
Yeah. I think that's one thing we need to improve on for next season, is getting more finishers to the end of the race. As it seems almost like a Drive to Survive series rather than a championship sometimes, but we do have a lot. GFO Seb is incredible, honestly. His straight line speed is unmatched, really.
He's going to go for moving on Dan. He will.
Yes, he will.
And that could be the championship deciding move, unless DanMurphy can at least just stay in his DRS for the next couple of laps.
Obviously, DanMurphy's tyres are absolutely gone by now. But don't forget, it's only 2 seconds now between him and One. So, if One gets overtaken by Seb, that's game over for One. So, Seb really, really has the championship in his hands. It's weird to think that neither one of these 2 drivers now are in control of their own fate, almost, as they have a Ferrari in between the both of them, and could really mix things up, as it does seem this is the closest thing at the moment. Now, is Owneole going to be able to get his 4th win of the season, or is Seb going to be able to take it away? They're going to be coming onto the final lap in a moment's time. Now,
In terms of the gap, he's still got DRS on Seb, so or maybe
he's just lost it. So we'll just quickly check. Has he managed to grab himself DRS? I can't see with this camera angle, and I will never know. So I've got a 1.3 second gap. If he can just keep it within 2 seconds now for the rest of this race. But GFO Seb is absolutely rapid.
Ooh, Maz and Laggy are in a bit of battle here, side by side.
This is something we want to be watching. These two have heated battles all the time, so this could be interesting. As Laggy is going to come almost back at him. No, he's not. Maz in P6 now. Laggy going down round the outside. Obviously, Maz's tyres probably going to be in the better condition now, but it looks like Laggy is on the grass now. It's going to be close between these two.
This is very close. Meanwhile, at the front, let's go with Ole then. He's done everything he needs to do for the championship.
There's nothing more this man could have done for the championship. He's going to be a race winner tonight. He's going to get his 4th win of the season, and honestly, massively well deserved win. Looking dominant. He's going to come across the line. Your race winner for DanMurphy actually gets the championship. So you got a different race winner to championship, but DanMurphy did win it on penalties. Really just showing that keeping it in the track limits has worked, as we've got Maz coming across the line and Laggy Racer just coming behind. But your championship winner of season 1 is DanMurphy. Congratulations to you. And then Owneole, commiserations, but 2nd place and winning his 4th race of the season. Obviously an absolutely rapid driver, looked untouchable today. Did exactly what he needed to do, but it just wasn't enough. But really, there's nothing else he could have done.
No, that was. But honestly, these two drivers, it's quite a fitting way to end the season. The 1st and 2nd in the championship, finished 1st and 2nd in the race. Both have driven exceptionally well this season. Both have fought to the end. But yeah, that is it for season 1 of VIL.
It's nice to see the 2 championship leaders on the podium. Obviously, it's going to be a win for Owneole, but it's not going to be the nicest win, I don't think. Obviously, there's a massive amount of respect between the 2 drivers, both absolutely rapid, and I'm going to be looking forward to see how they do in season 2. And I will be loving to see everyone back here for next season and maybe more. We're looking to
just
be
aside, no, sorry for interrupting there. We might be possibly able to get interviews for the drivers. I've just messaged Dan and Ole, so hopefully, fingers crossed, if we get a response in the next couple of minutes, we can get them in the party and have a chat with them. I think that would be good.
Yeah, that'd be definitely great. So we are going to hang around on stream for a little bit longer just to see what happens. I'll just quickly send an invite to the both of them and see. So there's an invite to DanMurphy, the championship winner, and Owneole. Both of them have got an invite now, so we'll be seeing if any of them come into this to get an interview. And
so it looks Ole's going to join, I believe. So
it's been an incredible season so far. Well, that was probably the best season 1 I could have hoped for. Hello, Ole.
Hey, evening.
Good evening.
What's up? It's kind of commiserations on the championship, but you looked incredible through that race. Like,
yeah.
Do you think I think that's the best you possibly could have done, isn't it? Really.
Well, I certainly couldn't have done anything better, I think, from my perspective. So I did what I had to, and I was it was depending on other factors in the race, really, and Dan delivered. So. Yeah.
How do you think the season could have? Well, when do you think it? Maybe you lost it at any point in the season, or this was.
Well, I know I did miss 1 or 2 races, didn't I? But that's my own doing. But was there any races that I made that I crashed out? Maybe there were. I can't really remember.
To be honest, I'm not too sure too much. But I mean, you drove like a man possessed today. Throughout the whole season, you've been quick as well. So obviously, definitely deserve it in second place. I hope to see you back season 2 as well. Oh,
definitely. I'm going to enjoy season 2.
Yeah, that was obviously unlucky about the championship. But honestly, you drove absolutely brilliant today. So,
thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Any comments you'd like to add?
I want to congratulate Dan. It must have been really entertaining to watch when it's so close like this. It's got to be fun. So, I'm happy we put on a show for the crowd.
Yeah, it was a brilliant race, guys. Absolutely brilliant. Brilliant season. Both of you have done incredible. So, thank you for coming in for this, and we'll end the stream here. I'll see you guys in season 2. Bye-bye.